Good afternoon. Today I would like to talk about one of the worst natural disasters that ever occurred in all of history. On December 26, 2004, at 7:58 local time, an earthquake would occur in the Indian Ocean. This earthquake was a 9.3 on the Richter scale. It was the most powerful quake ever recorded in Asia and the second most powerful earthquake ever recorded. This earthquake would release 2.2 exajoules of energy. It was nearly 15 times more powerful than the strongest nuclear bomb ever detonated, the Tsar Bomba. This energy would be transferred across the Indian Ocean at speeds of up to 620 miles per hour. This would result in a tsunami that would reach heights of up to 100 feet just 2 hours after the earthquake. The tsunami would be catastrophic for those impacted nations. The final death toll would reach 227,898 people. One such nation that was impacted was the archipelago of Indonesia. The waves would hit the island of Sumatra and begin to envelop the island. It was that day that Miss Waldrop would be flying into Padang, an area of Sumatra that was right near the worst part of the damage, to begin what was supposed to be a vacation. And here is her story. Well, good afternoon, Miss Waldrop. Thank you so much for coming and telling the story of this event that obviously occurred to your country. I know for people here in the U.S., the probably closest thing I can think of to kind of put a comparison to that would have been 9/11. And I know whenever we talk about 9/11, for us that were alive and we're old enough to remember it, everybody has the same question that we ask each other: where were you when 9/11 happened? This tsunami would end up taking the lives of 170,000 people in Indonesia. Do you remember where you were when you found out this news?
So, the 2004 tsunami happened right after Christmas. Mm-hmm. And it's been, my family always go on vacation on mm-hmm. Christmas time. And mm-hmm. at this time, we decided we're going to fly into Sumatra mm-hmm. to visit my grandfather's hometown and mm-hmm. my grandmother's hometown.
Mm-hmm. And that's the island where it hit the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when that happened, it's like 7 or 8 in the morning. Mm-hmm. We are flying and we're on the air, and we arrive at the airport, and then we found out that happened. When we arrive in the airport, there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of military presence, mm-hmm. which is very weird. So mm-hmm. we're like, I wonder what's going on. And mm-hmm. then we found out at the news that
So you found out in the airport that mm-hmm. the event had happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have family from Jakarta texting like, "Hey, everything's okay."
Right.
Because they didn't know where we were. They just know we're heading that way.
Right. What was it like? The sentiment of the people there. I mean, I guess are they in a panic, or I guess everybody there is freaking out at that time.
There's a lot of panic, anxiety in the area.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of foreign people too, which is also weird because mm-hmm. even though Padang is the capital city of West Sumatra, it's mm-hmm. a small area. Right. Like nobody goes there.
Right.
So it was weird to see a lot of foreign people there, and then
right.
we realized, they're flying in for this.
Right.
And we came there for a vacation. It was kind of hard to find hotel because it was mostly taken by people coming in to help.
Right. So here you are. The event has just happened hours before while you were in the air. Mm-hmm. I imagine there's panic everywhere. It's pandemonium. Did you have any sense of the scale of how bad it was at the time?
At the time when we just arrived, no. Like, it's more like earthquake happened quite often.
Right.
Tsunamis not so much. But didn't realize it was that bad. I was 17 at mm-hmm. that time, or 18. I was a kid. And then we finally found a hotel, and we watched the news, and then we realized, like, wow, this is a disaster. This is painful.
Right. As the events of the day unfolded, and you start to kind of get an idea of this is not a normal earthquake, right? Mm-hmm. What was it like? The psyche of the people there. I I mean, I imagine there are people there coming in that had lost everything, lost all their loved ones, their homes. What was it like for the people there as the day unfolded that you encountered?
Well, there's a lot of shock, of course, and there's a lot of separate family. You know, when that happened, everyone tried to rush to a higher ground, but you got separated from your family, from your loved ones. You know, you tried to stay together, but the waves were so high, and some people got caught in the wave, and they end up on top of a roof somewhere.
Right.
So it's not only, you're not only facing your loved one's death, but also the uncertainty of it.
Right.
You know, you don't know what's happening. You keep hope, but you don't know.
Right. As other countries come in and start helping out, I'd imagine it's really tricky trying to figure out who all is alive and who all is not there. And I would imagine at some point in time you would start to encounter people that kind of had seen the disaster firsthand. What was it like for the people that you encountered that had witnessed this event?
So, after this happened, Indonesia is really large. We have like 200 million, 250 million people, very different backgrounds. You know, we consist of 5 big islands and God knows how many little islands. So when this happened, it's like all hands on deck, everyone helped. A lot of help coming from Australia, Japan, the neighboring countries also. But I know my church sent some people to help. There's like different types of volunteers. The one friend that I have, he's a photographer, and he's taking pictures of what it looked like in hopes to raise money. It's not GoFundMe at that time. There is no GoFundMe, but something like that. It's a fundraiser to help people there. And he arrived one day after, so the 27th, and it was a very scary scene. There's a lot of chaos everywhere. There's dead bodies everywhere. He mentioned that he's just standing, and then he looked up and he saw dead bodies hanging from a tree because they got engulfed in the water and then just stuck there and passed away. You know, nobody figured it out yet. You know, the mud and the sand and the water kind of combined together, and it becomes this really thick mud that people got stuck in, and they passed away there too. You know, it's horrifying. You know,
I can't even imagine the hellscape that had to be. So, I know for us, when 9/11 happened, we lost 5,000-ish people that day. What was it like for the psychology of Indonesia to have lost 170,000 people from one event?
It's definitely devastating. Again, it's not just losing people. It's also the uncertainty of where it's not like this happened, oh, my grandfather died, I know it happened, and we can start grieving process. No, it's where is my grandfather? Where is my wife? I don't know, you know. And if you look up the pictures of the dead bodies that were there, you can't, some of them you cannot recognize anymore. So
how did they identify them?
I know that we have foreign aides from Australia, I think, and they come and check DNA. They take all the DNA and they try to check with the people that posted their loved one is missing.
Wow. So here it is. I don't want to make you feel old, but this event happened in 2004, over 20 years ago. What has been the legacy of the impact of this tsunami on Indonesia?
It certainly make us stronger as a society. We help each other, we grieve together, and we try to rebuild. Because this happened in Mulabo, Aceh, and that area is flat. Like there's nothing left. And I remember, like, for years to come, from not 2024, from 2004, and for years to come since then, we're still doing fundraisers to rebuild Aceh.
So, December 26th, the day after Christmas, is it still, I think about even today, we remember December 7th is the day that would live in infamy, right? Is it an event where kind of the whole nation kind of takes a pause on that day and kind of remembers what had happened?
Definitely. We look back into what happened and celebrate the lives that were lost on that day.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling this first-hand account of what life was like in one of the worst natural disasters in human history. And thank y'all so much for listening to this episode of the
Waldrop Knowledge.
And y'all have a great afternoon.